You all have a bunkmate for a couple of days. It's Lenny. This has become kind of our recovery ward. You all want to come say hi to Lenny while he recovers? Oh, he's hungry. Oh, hush it up. Be sweet. Ernie, don't you even start nothing with Lenny. He goes, you look like you're sick. You're a real sicko, you know that? You're just a real sicko. You look like a sickie. You're a sickly fella, ain't you? You're just so sickly. We ain't like you. We're healthy. You're sicky. Ernie, you need to hush it up, Ernie. Well, he looks sick. Ernie, you ain't one to talk, okay? You ain't one to talk. All right, Lenny's home. Ernie, settle it down. All right, we're going inside, but there's a note on the door that says Goat Containment Center. Don't open. Lenny's inside. Okay, can I come in though? Is this me? I thought it was contaminated area, but no, it's just containment. Okay. All right, Doc. Oh, my little buddy. You can tell me all. All right, Dr. Copper's gonna give us a rundown of what's going on.
Okay, so we took a look at Lenny today. I was a little bit worried about a fracture, which is a break in the bones.
Okay.
So essentially, when we look at his legs, if you look at that part where that little callus is,
yes, ma'am.
That's actually his wrist. And
so it's not a kneecap the way I always call it his knee. That's his wrist.
Everybody calls it a knee, but it's his wrist.
Okay.
So right below that is actually the bones of the hand, and this is called the metacarpal bones.
Okay.
When I looked at him, what I thought I felt and saw, and definitely felt pain when I associated or palpated around it, was it seemed like there was some laxity and some cracking in the bone of his hand. But on his right. All right, this is Lenny. This is his right forelimb. This is the leg where he's lame, where he doesn't want to put his weight on it. This is a fracture right here, so one thing we can see is this is the compact bone, or the hard outer surface of the bone. You'll see that it is not contiguous with this little section right here. So all of this is a break. I do think that the other bone has been affected, but I think it's been affected a little bit less heavily. This is a shard of bone that's cracked, I believe, off the front of this. It may also be this back piece. And so it's relatively minimally displaced. It could be worse as far as how far away this bone has been pushed out of the way during the fracture. He's got a chance to heal. The biggest thing that I worry about is he's 150 pounds, and that's a lot of weight to be putting on something like this. So as we talk about how to splint or keep these bones fragments still in relation to each other, the thing counting against us is going to be his weight and just managing a splint that's going to be depended on by a 150-pound animal. But on his right leg, so we took 2 x-rays, we took 2 views. One was looking straight through the leg from front to back. Right. And one was looking from his leg from side to side. Okay. What we do when we do 2 views is if there's a fracture, let's say it's hairline, which means it's only one piece and it's not all the way through, that lets me catch it if I can see it in the opposing view. The other thing it tells me is how displaced those fracture fragments are. Okay. So in general, anytime you have a broken bone, there's always a chance that some of those bones are going to be really, really out of place. So they're not going to be lined up effectively. And if they're not, then you're not really going to heal very well that way.
So I'm hoping that his are kind of lined up.
They're a little bit out of place, but they're not horrible.
So we're hoping to avoid surgery then with this?
I'm hoping to avoid surgery. Now, I don't know. The biggest thing that makes me worry with Lenny just in general, is he's just such a big goat.
His weight, yeah.
So he's 150 pounds. It's 150 pounds of weight on the leg. And I know he's not using it right now. But as he starts to try to heal, if he starts feeling better, he may start to try to use it, and then he could destabilize the
So that could disalign the bones and prevent healing proper.
Right. So we are trying an external fix here on him in the form of a splint with bandage. Okay. So these are actually dog splints because we don't have special goat splints. Right. And so he's got a dog splint on the inside of his leg and a dog splint on the outside of his leg. And the purpose of this is because he's been laying down and all that, and I'm glad that he's comfortable, but at the same time, anytime he moves around and there's nothing holding those bones completely still within relation to each other, that movement also slows down the healing process.
Gotcha.
And so our job is to try to limit all the motion between the bones and and the bone fragments as possible so that it heals quickly.
And then back at home, we should probably keep him isolated for a while. So
I probably would, because I worry with a goat that somebody's going to try to eat his bandage.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
That's true. They may try to eat his bandage.
It's also stressful for a goat to have cast on his leg, and so just in general, there's a chance that he gets outcompeted for his food and all that kind of stuff as well.
Okay, and when do we have to come back and see you again?
So in 1 week, we're going to come back and we're going to probably replace the bandage, or at the very least take it off and examine.
Okay.
The idea behind that is when you place a bandage, and especially for an outside animal like a goat, we always worry about the cast getting wet or dirty. If that happens, then you can get infections on the skin. And so it's really important that he's managed closely for that to make sure that nothing's happening on the outside as we try to manage the inside.
Whew, that's a lot to take in. But, okay. So we'll see you again in 1 week.
1 week.
Thank you.
No problem.
And we love you, and everyone loves you, by the way. And we appreciate what you did for Lenny and what you do for all our babies. Lenny, come on. Come on. Lenny, come on.
Do you want to leave and return?
He doesn't want to leave.
Except there's AC in here. I like her.
I know, he likes the air conditioning, I think.
Hi, buddy.
Come on, little buddy.
Look at you.
The fun part will be putting him in my truck.
Go ahead.
Lenny, sir, you must not be feeling that bad if you have enough energy to reach up over here and try to bite my hat. You want to chew on my hat? Anyway, we're home. We will not be putting Lenny back out with the goats, though. Lenny will be spending some time with the alpaca, and we're going to make sure he's comfortable. He has a chance to rest his leg, let it heal properly, and then we will, and I think that he'll be able to do that with the alpaca. He still has a shelter to go into in case of inclement weather, and I know for a fact he will not have to compete for food or water. He'll have all of those things, and we are home now, so we'll be unloading him and hoping that the alpaca will welcome him with open arms, and I'm sure they will. Oh no. Tina's like, Lenny? Lenny, is that you? What happened to your leg, Lenny? Sheesh. Watch where you're going, Leonard. And thank you all so much for the oatmeal donations. As you can see, all of the sickies like them some oatmeal. And we're gonna leave Lenny here. He has a place to eat his grain there on top of the hay. And I'll bring him a food bowl out later, along with a water bowl. And I'm gonna put both of those inside the loafing shed here, so he doesn't have to walk all the way to the fence line to get water or feed. But I think he's gonna be fine, friends. We're gonna try to keep that cast and splint as clean as we possibly can, which, you know, he's an outside animal, and you can't force him to stay inside the loafing shed in the pine shaving. So if he wants to get out and walk around and hobble around, you can't really stop that. And that was all part of Dr. Cochran's spiel, is that with an animal of this size, you just really can't contain them to a crate. So it's not like you can put a cone on his head and put him in a crate the way you might would do for your dog or your cat. But we're hopeful that with the alpaca here, he'll have a place to, well, he has shade, obviously. He has a loafing shed that the alpaca do not really use. There's hay. We put up some green hay as well. And like I said, I'll be bringing a food bowl and a water bowl over to him. And I'll put those in the loafing shed, show him where he can go and get out of the weather if we have weather. And then we'll just say our prayers and keep our fingers crossed and do all the things. He has pain meds that we'll continue to administer. Boy, he ate that oatmeal up. You like that, huh? You like that oatmeal, don't you? He's like, I don't normally get this kind of treatment. All right, buddy, you will for a while, okay? You will for a while. All right, friends. There's our very handsome Lenny. Oh, he's like, I'll eat these leaves too while I'm here. While I'm here, I might as well clean up some of these leaves. Okay, you eat whatever you want, buddy. We love you, Leonard. We love you, sweet boy. Thank you all for your thoughts and your wishes and your prayers. We know Lenny certainly appreciates it. Where you going? You want some more loving from Daddy? Oh, buddy, the oatmeal's all gone. The piggies ate it all. The piggies and Ringo ate all the oatmeal. I can bring you some more, though. I promise you I will, okay? All right. All right, so waking up the next morning, let's have a walkabout and see how Lenny's doing. Now, we've already been out this morning, done all of our chores, fed the bottle babies. Everything's good. Guys, this is our goat play area. Just ignore. That's Mabel's play area. Oh, Lord, the baby goats hear me. I'm going to walk over and show you where Lenny has spent the night. Oh, my goodness. These goats are going to be really loud. There he is. There's our handsome fella. Looky here. Lenny has gone inside the loafing shed, which is wonderful. Stella, leave her alone. And that's perfect right there. I think that Dr. Cochran would be pleased. You know, like we were saying yesterday. Daryl, hush it up. I'm working here. Daryl, I'm trying to work. Oh, Lord. Dinky Daryl, I'm working on a video. So, like Dr. Cochran had said yesterday, our goals are to try to keep him, keep that cast and those splints clean, dry. And so the fact that he's gone inside the loafing shed on a fairly drizzly, kind of a rainy day is wonderful. Laying there in the pine shavings with Ernie, the little sicky bed, the little sick ward. I'm joking, y'all, but okay, that's funny, y'all. That's funny, our little sick ward. All right, the infirmary. Anyway, he's going to be fine, friends. We watched him eat. He has an appetite. We watched him drink. He's gone to the restroom. He's doing wonderful, and he's staying dry, and Ernie and he are sitting there healing together, and we love that. I want to say thank you again to Dr. Cochran and the wonderful ladies over at Big Thicket. They're in Cleveland. Just so blessed that we can call on them with our needs, our large animal needs. And I just can't say enough about that place. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for your prayers for our Lenny and, of course, Ernie, as we sit here and watch them heal together. And then don't forget that Lenny has to go back in 1 week, and we'll make that appointment. He'll go back. They'll take off his wrap, and they'll clean everything up, check his skin, make sure there's no kind of infections or no kind of wounds or anything else, and that everything's healing proper. And he's going to be fine. He'll be back to playing with the other goats in no time. All righty. We love you, Lenny. We love you too, Ernie. And we love you all. Thank you.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.